and welcome to game number 4 of day number 31 for StarLadder Star Series. We have got ourselves a game between Mousesports and Power Rangers, and I will open up the scores for a second there. Even though it's not going to be saying that much, Power Rangers kind of need to win, basically, to not get dropped down to the Pro Series. Even though I think they might already be out of the woods with the game they played earlier, but I'm not sure yet. Depending on what other people do still, we're going to be seeing Mousesports who have to win today and tomorrow to still go to Kiev. They have got this game and then the game against Virtus Pro tomorrow at the last game of the day at 6, I believe. That's gonna be happening. It's gonna be the deciding game, because at this moment we already know of 3 teams that go to Kiev, and well, it's either gonna be Mousesports or Virtus Pro that's gonna be joining them, and that game is gonna be tomorrow. But if Mousesports lose this one, they already let themselves, well, if Mousesports lose this one, they're basically already not going to go anymore. Basically. So we're going to see how they're going to be doing. We have got the Wisp and the Nyx and the Coddle and the Bat being banned out, so no real surprises there yet. We do have the Phantom Lancer and the Magnus, the first 2 pickups from Power Rangers. We saw them having the Power Ranger. Are they going to do the same thing as I did earlier? What they did this morning was, well, this morning? What? It was only a couple of hours ago. They picked up the Phantom Lancer and the Magnus, and they also had the Shadow Demon, the Disruptor, and the Ogre Magi. They had the Shadow Demon as a semi-carry, but now that Mousesports already have the Shadow Demon, so they have to really rethink their strategy a bit. But yeah, Shadow Demon for Mousesports is already there, also of course because they realized that the Phantom Lancer was there, and Phantom Lancer, if disrupted, creates illusions for the Shadow Demon that can create their own illusions even, and even the illusions of the Phantom Lancer can be disrupted to do the same thing. We have got the Darkseer, of course, for some control, and the Nature's Prophet also by Mousesports, so they look solid. The only thing they need so far is a solo lane for the mid and a carry, basically. So that is what they will be needing there, as we will be seeing what Power Rangers is going to be picking up. They're taking into their bonus time quite heavily here. They have already got a solo lane for the Magnus, which can be solo off lane or solo mid lane. And a Phantom Lancer, we saw them having a solo mid lane previously. For the Magnus, that is. And then they only need a support or 2. And then an off laner. Disruptor. And there's a Disruptor still, so they think they're gonna be going. They can't really go for the same thing anymore. And the thing is, like Shadow Demon as a non-support, like Shadow Demon as a semi-carry, it works, because he can do very well one-on-one, and like we saw at the start, he got himself a double kill with that Shadow Demon with the Shadow Poison. But which other support can do that? Which other hero that can have that kind of impact on the game of who you would not expect it to be? Because that's a big factor of this right here. The surprise, the element of surprise. We're going to be having the Brewmaster being banned out by Mousesports, as well as the Anti-Mage from Power Rangers, so that's what they fear from Black. As Mousesports is with their entire lineup, we still have Koikfa as a stand-in. We're going to see. We're going to be seeing the Rubik being banned out, as Power Rangers are expecting another support to come out for Phantom Lancer and Power Rangers. With the Lifestealer getting banned out for Mousesports, no real surprise. We still have the Gyrocopter in the pool though, so that might be another ban that Power Rangers is going to be putting out there. We'll find out. And the last ban out coming from Mousesports. Is it going to be another support to go together with the Phantom Lancer and the Disruptor? They don't have anything with a solid stun just yet, with a solid disable. They only have the glimpse inside the kinetic field, which is okay. But it's not really that big of a disable like something else. But they ban out the Tidehunter. That's an offlaner, of course. I wasn't really expecting to seeing a Tidehunter, but it's always nice to see him still on the board as a ban or not. Kind of means that he's still a threat to people. We've got Mousesports picking up the first hero after the ban of the Gyrocopter, which was expected, and they pick themselves up a Chen. So they've got a lot of pushing power here already, and they could be looking at the Juggernaut for their last pickup and then just go full push, and just make sure, you know what, we don't want to deal with the Phantom Lancer early on in the game. And if Mousesports can do that, that of course would work out very well. But like at some point, if they're gonna go for that push, they will probably do it when the Chen is around level 5-6, when Nature's Prophet is around level 5-6, and when the Juggernaut is around level 6-7. But they will be up against the Magnus that might also be level 6, so they'll be pushing into a reverse polarity, which might not be the best thing that you can do.
5 seconds remaining.
And there's again the Ogre Magi, so that's the one that we were kind of expecting. And the still one with the solid stun also. We saw them being lucky with that in the previous game. Very lucky with that even. With the multicast, that is, of course. I'm gonna be seeing if they can get lucky today as well. With this game, that is. If Mouse Sports is gonna fall for it. And the last pickup coming from Mouse Sports. Is it going to be that Juggernaut, or are they going to be going for a different kind of carry? We still have the Luna in the pool as well. Luna is also considered a fairly decent pushing hero. And then, if the game gets late, then they will still have an option, the split push option, and still a decent carry to be countering that Phantom Lancer if she gets big enough. But it all depends on what they want to be doing here. And they might even want to go, like, if they really want to go for, like, the thing is, what I'm seeing right now also is that Mouse Sports is like in some team fight. I'm thinking Face is Void, but that, like, that hero also needs time. If Face is Void versus Phantom Lancer, if you get a good chrono, you still can get that Phantom Lancer, of course, in there, but you still need to know who the real one is. It can work out, I think, but it's a risky business. And he can't push as good either, and then you have to deal with the rest of the team of Power Rangers with your 4 heroes that you have right now, which is, I mean, they're all good heroes, but they're not that great against the 4 from Power Rangers because of that RP just changing everything around. Maybe even a Dragon Knight, I was gonna say, but Lone Druid would do the same thing. Also a hero that can push very hard. Needs a bit of time, but he can push hard. And that's what they want to do. Shut down Phantom Lancer and go for pushes when that Lone Druid is ready. And see what Power Rangers is going to be ending up with. Is it going to be another support-like hero? Another hero that they're going to be running with ZXC, playing that one?
10 seconds remaining.
Taking their time.
5 seconds remaining.
Tinker.
And it's a Tinker, so it's something standard.
Mouse Sports turn.
It is going to be a Tinker that's going to be probably in the mid lane then, and the Magnus on the off lane, and a trial lane with the Phantom Lancer. So they're just going to be going for control, counter push, of course. That's what the Tinker has a lot of. And German language. Ihr seid schon Friese Bruder. Fiese Bruder. My father called someone pretty.
Prepare for battle.
Schön is pretty, I think. No, schön is all? I don't know. He said something German. Anyway, Black will be playing the Lone Druid, of course, for his team. Alex is going to be playing the Shadow Demon. Koikfa on the Nature's Prophet. Pass on the Chen. And then the last one, Fada is already standing at the ready. He's going to be playing the Darkseer, so Darkseer mid. Looking to be going for a fast bottle perhaps there. As we're going to be seeing Alex rotating for some warding. And that kind of means that we're just going to see Mouse Sports indeed trying to control the top lane to get Black farm, and then trying to push, see if they can get that going before the lineup from Power Rangers start to hurt. Moonlight is going to be playing the Phantom Lancer again, of course. We are going to see Cat and the Ogre Magi once more. On the Magnus, we are going to be seeing
30 seconds to battle.
Tak Pak, yeah, that guy. And we're going to be seeing ZXC playing the Tinker. With the last one is going to be Nanik, who is going to be playing the Disruptor. So that will be him, and he has got this cool Disruptor set also. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyways. Let's see how this is going to go. Like mid lane, Darkseer versus Magnus. Nobody should be really dying until someone comes for a gank. But in theory, he's going to be safe. He has a Skewer. He has a Surge. At some point he's also going to be safe, so nobody should really die. There's going to be some harassment, but unless someone makes some big mistakes, nobody should die. So we're going to have, on the top lane is going to be the Tinker there, and the Tinker doesn't really have an escape. He'll be having some issues, as we have got the Bear standing at the nice position to just block that ward, but I think Nanik actually saw him there? No, didn't see him. Didn't see him. Bear is just going to stop the Ancients from being stacked, because that's of course the reason why Nanik is here. to stack ancients for that Tinker. But the March of the Machines will at least, well, it's not really an escape, but it's basically saying so, like something like don't chase. March of the Machines will help out on that. And Black is going to be supported though. Alex is going to be here. The disruption can put a lot of hurt on the Tinker, but there is a ward here for the Radiant side, so he sees a bit of this forest here. So he sees people walking past. So that is really nice for him to have, as we have got Fada being very far on the wrong side of the river, and I think Nanika is going to make him pay for that one. Going to get a Storm Strike, perhaps? No, he's just passing through. Okay. Well, in these kind of situations, you wish you'd had a glimpse, and maybe that could have turned into a kill with that, but only level 1 so far. We are, of course, going to have Moonlight on the bottom lane, as we already said, and he is going to be supported by 2. Not really needed against Quakefire, who can't even get in close, because Quakefire is, you know, he can't get in close. He is alone from the Nature's Prophet. He is going to be trying to get the creep wave from behind the tower, and he did do that properly. So he gets himself a couple of creep kills, which is always nice, nice to see. But at some point, if he thinks he's going to go too slow, he is probably going to pick up to go to the jungle instead, to just get some extra farm up in himself. It will depend on what kind of build he's going to go for also. I mean, if some point he's going to go for a Hand of Midas still, he will be catching up with that. He will definitely be catching up. I like this. I like this. So Black is a top lane, so it's the safe lane, and he thinks, you know what, I don't need my bear here. I got support. I'm gonna be able to just get farm anyway. I don't need my bear, and bear is just blocking the creep wave constantly. And double damage room picked up by the Darkseer. I can't really use it to kill off the Magnus though. Even though Magnus is very low, he will be safe, especially since the bottle is coming his way. And they have 2 bottles, by the way, Power Rangers, and that's not a mistake. And they just use 1 courier to constantly bottle crow, and have got the Magnus, of course, to constantly have mana and HP. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, we have got 3 people pushing a bit. Wanted to go for a kill on Quakefire, who might now think that he's going to be leaving this lane, but with the creep wave coming in, it's actually not too bad for him. He'll be able to get some experience if he dares standing close enough in the experience range. Of course, there's going to be lances, there's going to be stuns. There's no glimpse just yet, but there could be. Disconnect, oh, that's just a caster. Casper disconnected, and we do have counter words. I love this. I love this. Like, we have got the counter word here. I mean, Mousepars, of course, Shadow Demon, he rotated there, and like they know, like, oh my god, he still sees us. I love that word positioning from Power Rangers. MVP word right here. It doesn't scout out the rune, granted, but it is great to make sure that Alex is going to be scouted out every time he walks towards the lane, and it basically secures the lane for ZXC. He's not going to get that much last hits, but he is able to get an experience raise. He's level 2, not that much actually. 3 last hits, but time and patience is a virtue for a ZXC in this case. Let's see. The Magnus is doing 18 for 1 up on him, as he has got his bottle filled once again. 25 for 1 up on Fada, and he's pulling ahead in his lane. But like I say every time, if there's a Magnus here, the reason he's put on the mid lane is to get him to level 6 fast. Farm is nice, but levels are nicer, and he is going to be having his RP anyways soon. Just like Darkseer will be level 6 soon as well, though, but he doesn't have an RP-like skill. I mean, yes, his Darkseer wall is nice, but he's not going to go for his wall just yet by the looks of it, because if you have a wall, you kind of also want to have your vacuum, and he didn't actually spec anything into vacuum just yet, just going to go for harassment and pushing, and they are going to smoke up this time. No, he sees it anyway. He knows it. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. And like, even if they now kill him at some point, and they will, like, you know, don't get your hopes up, they will kill him at some point, but this is wasting so much time for these supports. Constantly they're trying to ward, constantly they're trying to gank, but they're like, where can that ward be? Where can that ward be? ZXC gonna try to pull some ancients, but there's no ancients there. And the bear's still hanging around. I like that too. I like this. This is going nice, even though there's no kills just yet. We do have Kat also rotating, maybe together with ZXC. They're looking maybe for a kill up on Fada. There is an RP, so that's something the Darkseer knows. He picked up his level 1 in vacuum, and he has to be very careful. He does have a haste rune in the bottle, so he has an extra escape, not only relying on his surge, so should actually be safe. And it's actually Tinker that rotates back again. Might be thinking about going for stacks now. No, still not. Still not. Just wobbling back and forth. Moonlight 34 for 13. If you compare that to Black, he is 38 for 17. So these two are very, very even on last hits. And we can of course also compare Koikfa to the Tinker. Koikfa actually level 3, but the Tinker still level 2. Joe just got level 3 actually with the middle lane helping out. Nice for him, stealing some experience away from the Magnus though. But he's level 3, he's not doing too bad. He's not getting any farm really. But as long as he's getting levels, it's just fine. And he's getting more than ZXC is getting. Anyways. Haste rune activated by the Dark Seer is going to try to go for the 6-minute rune. And it is bottom, so that's the one that he's going to go for. And with the haste rune, maybe he can catch up. He's not even going to try. He's not even going to try. He's going to be going mid lane and the rune will be going the way of the Magnus. And it's a DD. It's a very nice. Maybe he can try to go for kill with that. He instantly rotates. There's no wards here for the dire side. He's actually going to go for the mana boots first. And we still have ZXC still alive. His ward is almost going to vanish though. March of the Machines is going to try to help out. Cleaning some of the creeps waves here. And also of course cleaning those. Nice denies though, but oh, nice denies. Alex, oh no, he still got 2. ZXC still got 2 creeps there. 2 denies, however, still helping out. But yeah, as time goes on, if you look at the 2 lineups, it's gonna be in favor of mouse sports, or sorry, for Power Rangers, because they've got a Phantom Lancer. And even though, you know, Lone Druid is great and all that jazz, but it's still a Lone Druid, and Lone Druid versus Phantom Lancer later on in the game, Phantom Lancer is gonna win. Especially if there's an RP on the side of Power Rangers. Double damage rune activated by the Magnus just to get his HP back up though. Nothing specific that he wants to try, even though he has got the RP. But the thing is, as I said, like, Power Rangers, they should be taking the late game. So they are very happy with just having this game last for a very long time, and or at least the laning stage lasts for a longer time, and they're okay with just farming. Now for mouse sports, it's also fine for them to have the laning stage still going on. They will be wanting to switch out of the laning stage when their Lone Druid is farmed up, and for now he is not just yet that. He is 1600 gold up on his himself. We can't really take items on a bear, but we can. But he doesn't have anything because he's just standing there constantly blocking the creeps per camp. But yeah, 1600 gold and phase boots. So he's doing okay for himself. He's actually highest up on the last hits. And he is, like I said, I mean, he's fine. And we are gonna have another gank maybe. Mouse Sports is trying that one constantly. We do have an RP actually up on Fada in the mid lane and the March of the Machines. It should be the first kill. Or is it Tower helping out? Shockwave will do the job. First blood. It goes to the Magnus in the mid lane. And that is the gank squad once again failing, as they have been roaming a lot and not getting anything. That is very painful for them. And we see it on the levels actually. I was gonna think that the levels of Power Rangers were a bit higher, but these two, they've not even roamed, but they have not, well, they have, like, apparently, because they haven't really done anything either. But they're now gonna go in from behind, gonna go try to see if Koikfa is up for a skirmish there. Lance is gonna hit, gonna force Koikfa a bit away from the tower, but here comes the stun and the ignite and everything. Kinetic field, and that's gonna be a kill. Koikfa still making some trees, but it doesn't matter. Ogre Magi picks himself up the kill. Nice job for him. As Nanik was there also to steal some of the experience away. In the meantime, on the top lane, it's going to be finally the bear being called by the master, and they're going to be trying to push on the tower. TP is incoming from the Magnus though. There's no RP, but it's going to be enough to scare him away. And the Invis rune activated, they saw the TP, but they think it's cancelled, I think. And here comes another TP. It's going to be the Ogre Magi. Who are they going to go for? There's no RP, but who are they going to be screwing back? It is going to be Black that they want. And here comes the stun and the ignite. No cat. And there is his mana. There is the stun. Disruption is still there to try and help out, but the kinetic field still locks in Black. Is it going to be enough? He's going to be sent home by the Chen, and he will be in time. Shockwave still goes through Alex. He's going to get glimpsed back into tower range as well. Alex, in a bit of trouble, will be killed off there. That's the next kill for the Magnus, who gets a second kill of the game. Tower was still busy heading on creep, so he couldn't help off killing off Alex. Doesn't matter. Alex goes down. A lot of rotation being used for Power Rangers for that, but at least they got a kill out of that, even though it wasn't Black, the one that they of course wanted to have. In the meantime, it is going to be ZXC, who's, I mean, he's not doing that well on the levels, but his gold is not too bad. He has got 14 last hits, but he has got 1500 gold. Magnus has got an RP again, and he is not afraid to use it. Oh, hello. I like that. I like that. That was just Koikfa making some trees, but he finds himself a Magnus hiding in the bushes. That is gotta be his gank failed. Of course, he wanted to try and go for Skewer and then an RP, and then he would have been able to get a kill, but no, can't do. No, can't do. In the meantime, Moonlight's still farming there. He's got Tranquil Boots, so he can just sustain himself on the lane for a very long time, even if he's forced to last hit under his tower. And he's gonna be just fine. And I say force the last hit under his tower is because the iron shells are gonna be there. Fada is actually rotated towards the bottom lane and is gonna be pushing the lane out with the iron shells, and that's gonna be hurting on Moonlight. And at some point that might be an opening for a gank if Power Rangers is gonna be a bit too confident from having their Phantom Lancer on low HP. That might be the case, but we'll find out soon enough, as we have got ZXC going for some more lances here on the top lane with the margin machines, also defending of course the tower at the same time. And we do have Koikfa, or sorry, the Magnus standing around there looking for Koikfa again. Koikfa is going to be right back. I'm not sure if he actually knows that he's there, or if he's just, you know, I want to make trees. Oh hey, Magnus. Well, he's still alive. He's getting levels. He's level 6 actually, doing a nice job there. We can compare him on net worth, of course, to the Tinker, and Tinker and Nature's Prophet is actually slightly in favor of the Tinker there. So ZXC getting a bit more, but also of course getting some more gold from the kill that he was in. Definitely helped out. We have got a smoke up for Power Rangers. Kat and Anika, they're gonna try to go for Fada. There is a Sentry Ward standing around here though, so he sees him coming. There goes the Surge. He's gonna try to TP himself out. There should be a stun very soon, unless it's no. TP'd out. TP'd out. Not enough vision in time. Yasha is already up on the Phantom Lancer. We're gonna see the Diffusal Blade after that one. Already picked himself up the second Blade of Electricity. Actually, I mean the second Blade of Electricity after the one that's needed for the Yasha, of course. And we've seen the Blink Dagger up on the Magnus. Maybe the recipe needed to get some big RPs going, as we have got the rune being denied apparently. By the Skeleton Warrior, the 12-minute rune that is, and of course Magnus realizing that happened. He had vision up on the bottom rune, so he knew it wasn't there, so he knew it was top, and then he saw Skeleton Warrior standing there thinking, shoot. Gonna be Armlet for the Bear next. He's almost got that complete actually. As the push came from Mousesports. Are they actually gonna be able to push the tower? Like something that's like Mousesports have got this lineup for a bit of a heavy push. But at this time, they would have probably already wanted to have the tower down, and they have tried. They have tried for ganks, and then, you know, after those ganks, the tower push would have happened. But a Tinker there has just kind of screwed it up, and Tinker actually has got his boost to travel, so it's going to be even harder for Mousesports to now take down any towers. And may I just remind you that if Mousesports lose this, they are not going to go to Kiev. It's that simple. By the way, for people calling the stream laggy, please send a report to Twitch or try to change the difficulty, the quality. And I don't only mean down, because sometimes up actually works, because it really depends. It's the Twitch servers that are giving you the lag right now, and sometimes the Twitch servers that give the higher quality are less occupied than the other ones. We're gonna see a Sprout up on the Tinker. He's gonna try to eat himself through. Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through, but it doesn't hit him anymore. No more vision. They're gonna go for the bottom lane instead. There is an RP and a blink though. They have to be really careful with their positioning right here. We do have 5 people here from Mousesports, and they think like, you know what? We've got the Armlet, we've got 5 people, we're gonna start pushing right now, but they're gonna be ready to take down towers with a Tinker being on the board and an RP there as well. Disruption, Soulcatcher, Magnus is in trouble, gonna be able to get himself out. No, there is his net, but there's a Skewer away. Here comes the Tinker. He actually TP'd himself in, cannot go for any kind of march to the machines right now because the Entangle is so close by. Tower still drops, so Mousesports still get that one. Stun landing up on Alex with an Ignite, following up on that one as well. There goes the Entangle up on the Tinker, taking a lot of damage from that. In the meantime, the RP hits up on 2. It's gonna be Alex that goes down first. Can they find more? Nice kinetic field, locks in Fada, who can't really do anything. Has to rock away from Moonlight. He's 1 lance away from getting the kill, but he turns around, goes from Chen instead. And is now going to be locked inside between a lot of heroes. Going to still be able to pick up the kill on the Chen. And now having to back out because Black is not done with this just yet. Looking for an Entangle up on the Dinosaur, who hasn't really gotten any... Well, he's not as fast as the Druid, I want to say, because he got brown boots. So still 1 kill going the way of Mouse. They picked up the kill up on the Magnus, but also Mousesports losing 2 in return. But they did get a tower. Like, the thing is, how much is worth the push for them? Because they didn't lose Black, which is good. Black hasn't died yet the entire time, and he is the one, of course, that's supposed to be pushing his team to victory later on. Why are we seeing this so up close? This is not normally this up close. I can't zoom out anymore. Awkward. And this seems normal. Awkward. Oh well, let's not look at the bottom lane anymore. Or am I just being an idiot right now? Maybe I am. Maybe I just think that because the bear was so big. This is normal again. Awkward. Well, maybe I'm going crazy here. Anyways, but yeah, how much is worth that push that Mouse Sports is doing? That's the question. Looks like they're gonna try to go for a kill upon Alex again as well. No, they're gonna let them go. He used the glimpse, but it wasn't good enough, so I couldn't get an opening there. And that bear, they probably want to try to continue 5-man pushes again, and maybe in between the RP usages of Power Rangers, because the RP, I mean, it's still killed off the support, and it's not that bad to trade like that. Like the trade was in favor of Mouse Sports, that's all fine. But they have to realize, like, how much do they want to give up, because at some point that Phantom Lancer is going to be too big, and they don't want to trade. Mouse Sports doesn't want to trade. They want to get ahead in this stage of the game. They don't want to trade, even though it's worthy to trade. Illusion Rune going to be picked up by the Magnus, going to be fighting Fada. Scooter up to the high ground with him, though, and a vacuum doesn't work. Fada needs to TP himself out. He's going to be getting help from his teammate. Kinetic Field makes sure that Black cannot change that. And Fada already TP'd himself back towards the tier 1 mid. Force 135 gold out of your opponent is always good to have happen. In the meantime, Moonlight's still farming. He's got himself the fuse blade almost ready. Actually, no, I'm not almost. What am I talking about? He needs one more blade. Oh, he already has it. It's in the courier. Damn you, Moonlight. Stop making a fool of me. Just needs about 200 gold then. And then he has it. In the meantime, the Ancient stack finally can be sacked, so ZXC will be getting some solid farm up at that. I mean, he has got his boot to travel, and definitely not at a slow pace either, especially not considering he was on the solo suicide lane and hasn't died yet. But he could get some more farm to be that big nuisance in the game that he needs to be. Especially you could have been playing a bigger role in that, of course, that bottom lane fight. Towers are going to be won in favor of Mouse Sports 17 minutes into the game. And we're going to be seeing how much Black can push. He's actually being consistently now up against that Phantom Lancer, just to make sure that Phantom Lancer is not going to do the whole Broodmother effect thing and going to be pushing down the tower slowly but steadily, and then at some point tower will drop and, you know, a Broodmother effect, etc. Unless he's going to rotate and they're going to be trying to go for the tier 1 mid. That could be one as well. Or maybe even Roshan. Maybe even Roshan. Plays a sentry ward. It doesn't see this one, but this one did see that. So they know that. And then RP is ready. Now, is Power Rangers going to fight this? Because with an Aegis, Mouse Sports, they can do the same thing as what I did on the bottom lane earlier. But they can actually suicide for that. Here they come though, and Mouse Sports realize it. There's gonna be Black that's still locked inside there, Nature Prophet. Still gonna be in, setting through his ulti. Do they want to go in on this? Kinetic Field locks in Black, Static Storm as well. Oh, Roshan will still go down, and Lone Druid picks up the Agent. Now they want to fight. Here comes the RP though. Scooter doesn't get in Black, only gets 2. Hand of God helping out as well. We do already have Nanik going down. Now Magnus is going to be the second one to go down here. And he does drop Vacuum into the March of the Machines, actually make sure that Black might not be able to chase this. It is going to be no entangle. There's the entangle. ZXC, no TP for you, and that's another kill for Mouse Sports as they want to go for Moonlight. He cannot get away. He has his Dust run out, actually. He can use his Double Walk again. It is going to be Cat that will still get dropped. Double kill for Black. There's 4 dead on the side of Power Rangers with no kills for Power Rangers themselves, and all of a sudden the kill score 5-5, and later kills of course mean more than kills at the start, so this is a big turnaround. And after this kill, Mouse Sports, they can push this. They didn't even lose the Aegis. And that RP hitting up onto supports, it was a bit of a disjointed fight, and the Tinker standing way too far up front. Of course, we want to be able to have him TP in, TP out, TP in, TP out, but he couldn't even TP out once he started in because there was an entangle, and then, you know, things went south from there. Power Rangers on the retreat. You can't really retreat if there's a Lone Druid there because his bear is faster than you are, and the entangles will be there if the bear is just lucky enough, which in this case it was. And the Fusion Blade level 2 is now there for the Phantom Lancer, but let's see if it's going to be helping. Again, if this game lasts long enough, he should be having it in their pocket, but it is all going to be mattering of the control that Mouse Sports is going to try to exert here, because they need to have this control for the map, for the farm, for the towers. They need to get it. And with the Aegis, they could try to go for another 5-man push on the top lane, but then again, they have to deal with the Tinker still, and they didn't push. They did kill him off just a moment ago, of course. That's why they could pick up the tier 1 tower mid. But yeah, can they do it again is the question. And we have got the Nature Prophet Quick Fight going for the Orchid, and that will be a very nice item to have up against that Tinker, just to make him stop doing things. Basically make him stop casting. Oh, laning music. It is epic music. Something epic is about to happen, people. Seriously? Normally it's way longer than this. Look at these illusions, by the way. Cat is really having issues with them. They're so tanky. Level 11 illusions versus a level 6 ogre mage, and he actually used this stun on him. Get away from me. I know, Tinker reference. But yeah, that was epic music for a non-epic moment. That was a bit of a shame. Rockets flying, tower will be going down though. Fortification's still there, bear taking a bit of damage, but I don't think that black is going to be all too about his bear. As the bear is actually doing pretty well for himself. He's got himself a maelstrom, javelin is already there for a basher. Vacuum in to try and get ZXC. There is a glimpse back to make sure that nobody else is going to chase that though, but the bear is still there and the entangle as well, and that's going to be killed. 2 hits was all he needed on that disruptor. That is only level 8, and the bear just being super stacked at the moment. Level 15 on the lone druid. As we look at the levels, there's a big difference right now, especially of course after last fight. The gold is going to be going the way of mouse spores towards the 7.5k, but experience graph is going to be a bit more, well, a bit more drastic. In the meantime though, Moonlight is finally getting free reign, and he is doing the whole broodmother effect thing. He's gonna find Fada, and Fada might actually die from this one. Gets a fuser bladed, and the TPs are gonna come in too late. Now Moonlight cannot double walk anymore. He has to get himself out of this. Otherwise it would be bad, but he does get himself out of this in time. But he does get a solo kill upon the Darkseer, and that's a big one to get. Enemy mouse spores, they can of course try. Oh, never mind. Hello RP, and that's gonna be 2 dead. That's gonna be 2 dead. Magnus gets himself 1 kill, and the other kill went to Moonlight still, and they still got the tower. Power Rangers coming with a counter aggression. You take our tier 2, we take yours. It's that simple. And that's an entire lane of towers gone at some point. I mean, Mousesports, they were ahead on towers for a very long time, and all of a sudden 3 towers being picked up, with also the mid one going down. Manta stand already upon the Phantom Lancer, and we are going to have the experience graph going back up. Most importantly, the gold graph going back up, because towers just give gold, a lot of gold. There's still 1 tower in favor of Mousesports, but 1 tower is really not that much. I have to still say though, like, we see the hero level difference. He has got multicast and everything, it's great, but he is level 6, and he is a bit squishy. So he's gonna be having a tough time. And I mean, he can play a very big role in those kind of skirmishes, but if he gets caught out, he might be able to help with the kill, but he won't get the experience from the kill, because he died before the kill happens, actually, I think. But we'll see how he's gonna be holding himself together in those fights, because, yeah, he's still gonna be a very big important factor of those fights, because multicasts are very valuable. Now, you have to get lucky to get them, of course, but still. In the meantime, top tower is gonna get pressured. Nature's Prophet is gonna try to do something against that, but the Martyr machines will clear out those trions very fast, so those don't really matter. Black, in the meantime, cannot help defend this. Looks like Mousesports is just gonna give this one up. A ZXC TPing out of this place, and maybe now also Magnus going away. And Koikva coming in from the side, does have a Shadow Blade. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Black is pushing out a tier 2, gonna be able to send his bear on it soon. Koikva pops the Shadow Blade, there comes the TP, there comes the deny also, yep, there we go, Skewer away. There will be also a blink. Magnus is gonna be just fine, gonna be TPing himself out, but that was the deny tower, and now on the bottom lane, Bear just bashing on it. We do have 3 heroes standing around here from Black, including the bear, of course. I say 3. Do I mean 3? Yes, I mean 3, because there's 2 top. Wow. With the Martian machines, that tower is being saved. So the towers are even, apart from of course the denies, but it doesn't matter. The towers and numbers are even. 2 tier 2 towers left standing from either teams, and Phantom Lands are going to be able to just continuously push out lanes with his illusions. He has got, like you said, he has got his Manta style, and Manta style illusions create illusions as well. Glimps back on Alex inside the kinetic field, gets a multicast and a shockwave, and goes down real fast. And the rest of Mousesports getting themselves out of that place. We do have the bear having his basher ready. He is getting pretty farmed, but it is going to be Power Rangers that is, you know, holding their own. And as said, I mean, it's Phantom Lancer. 2100 gold in his inventory. And at some point when he pushes this lane out, he can pop his Manta style illusions, TP himself out, send the Manta style illusions on the way, and then go for a push elsewhere, basically. As soon as he finds it dangerous to do. Dangerous to continue. He does have a nice outfit, I have to say. Yep. He doesn't even pop the Manta style illusions. Just gonna keep them. ZXC TPing behind him now. Marching machines are gonna try to clear out the ancients that are standing there. Did they reach it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does indeed. Nice. Free gold. Meantime, in mid, Magnus feeling very safe with that skewer and the blink. Not sure if he should feel so safe. Maybe he feels also safe because of the illusion, scaring them away. But no, no, he is actually feeling that safe. And they saw the courier moving there, by the way. But I don't think they can do anything with that. The hood is complete, so it's gonna be Darkseer getting the start of the pipe. Tinker getting a blink dagger. He blinked himself almost into where Quickfire was just a moment ago. He does only need the recipe for his orchid, and then he has that one complete. We see a 4-staff being built up by Nanik. It's taking a while indeed. See if we can find some new items. Level 7 on the Ogre Magi, so he's getting those levels, but he is really not getting those levels very fast. And I think he should be trying to get some experience being shared on the Ancients, perhaps. It's gonna be a heart. That's gonna be the next item for Phantom Lancer. Sustain is what he wants, and the heart will do exactly that. If the team fights are long enough, he will prevail. His theory. And it looks like they might be trying to go for a smoke. Oh, we saw the boots. It looks cool. Boots on the floor. Look at those illusions. Gonna be just pushing out middle lane. Gonna have Roshan up again in 2, so we'll see a fight around that probably. But this time there will be an Orchid on the Nature Prophet. And last team fight, of course, went very badly for Mouse. Well, no, it's in very badly Mouse direction. Wow, what am I saying? It went very badly for Power, very bad for Power Rangers, but it went into Mouse direction. It was basically 4 versus 0 that Mouse Sports got that fight for. Can they do it again is the question. Is Power Rangers going to execute it better, and now that they have a Phantom Lancer that's also going to be having quite some farm, can they make a difference? Like, I put teamfight in favor of Power Rangers anytime, purely because of the RP, but they have to actually get it off. Magnus, screwing back Alice, rockers, lasers, and everything. Rockets, lasers, it is. It's going to be Tinker picking up the kill. Very even, easy pick off there. A lot of people use for that though. This illusion is gonna block the camp. Well, that's a bit sad. But he's gonna go on the lane instead. We'll be fine. Oh, look at that. Tier 3 tower already taking some damage. Brood Mother effect right there. Manta style illusions will do the job for him instead. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, looks like Quickfire taking a bit of... Jesus. A lot of damage here. I was gonna say a bit of damage, but the Martian Machines was quite painful. If ZXC would have vision there, rockets and the laser would have killed him off. But vision was not there. Like, it's on the edge right there. And now, Magnus, he actually picked himself up a Shiva's guard. Interesting to see that. It's really just countering that lone druid, just make sure he's slowed. Normally we of course see RPs and such, but no, Shiva's guard. And of course helping his team with that as well. Moonlight has bought something. This is hard complete. Yes it is. Yes it is. In the meantime, Tinker going for the Hex, of course. Want to be able to continuously keep someone under control. Doesn't really matter who. If it's a chance so that he can't heal, Nature's Prophet, so that no Sprout. Or the Lone Druid. Or even the Bear. Wouldn't be too bad. Talking about the Bear. Bear has got himself no Demon's Edge. He's gonna go for that MKB. He's the carry of his team. Tinker gonna be coming in, but gonna be denied access to the lane. Oh, is it the real one? No, it's illusion. This guy's them all out though. Roshan is back up, so that's why we see people hanging around here. And it's gonna be Lone Druid going there. There is a Radiant Ward here. They know that he is there. But they have to be fast, because this Lone Druid is doing pretty well. He's got a lot of damage up his sleeve. And these are illusions of the Shadow Demon, lols. Pulling up the tower. Oh, look at that. ZXC has to walk away from his teammates' illusions. Centaur being placed up. And the, yeah, that actually scouted Roshan out, so they realize, they smoke up. They just need a blink and an RP. But then again, it would be only on the lone druid if they go in right now. Expect a blink though. Smoke goes off, realizing someone is on the high ground. He's gonna get silenced up, can't do anything there, but he still pops the Sheever's guard. Quickfire is gonna be going down. Martin Machine's doing the works, but the Aegis is still being popped. Nice kinetic field. Darkseer will going down as well. Fada just running himself away with the pipe on. Illusions upon illusions. Moonlight on the high ground trying to pick everybody up. Already picked up the Shadow Demon. We still didn't have an RP. Darkseer will be able to TP himself away. No stuns, no nothing, but they will allow it. And it is gonna be the lone druid that still was alive as well. 3 dead on the side of Mousesports, but they still got the Aegis. And that is the one that they wanted to have, and and there's Chen is gonna be very happy that his creeps are still alive. And the creeps are gonna try to run themselves away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tier 2 Tower is gonna be the prize for Power Rangers for still killing off 3 heroes though. Fortification is gonna try to delay it, and maybe even there's gonna be enough for Mousesports to defend this again. But they're still on RP up on that Magnus. And they will be able to pick up the tower. With Phantom Lancer picking up the gold. Illusions leading the charge towards the tier 3, but nobody else following up on those illusions. And the disruption will create more illusions for the Phantom Lancer, as in for the Shadow Demon's Phantom Lancer, and they will be able to push the lane out completely with that. Even though the shockwave still goes through, helps out a lot. But Magnus, maybe you shouldn't be standing there anymore. Maybe you should run. Force staff just needs about 50 gold, then he has it. Stack goes down from Cat. Hopefully he's gonna be there when the experience happens, because he really needs that. If you look at the levels, he is level 8 when the highest level is level 20. It is of course on his team, and the highest level of Mousesports is level 18, so the level difference for the top 2 is still in favor of Power Rangers, but it's still not really good, and it helps with the experience graph staying near the 0 line. It is slightly in favor of Power Rangers. But yeah, we're gonna see the gold graph around the 0 line as well. Towers being 2 towers in favor of Power Rangers, so take that into consideration. But the Roshans have been going to Mousesports, both of them so far. And we are gonna see if Power Rangers can keep the control on. And if it's actually true what I'm saying, like I'm saying late game, in theory it should be the Phantom Lancer that's pulling up ahead from the Lone Druid. But it's all gonna depend on captaining as well. Like at some point the carries are both stacked, and the decision making is gonna be weighing more than the rest. Moonlight's gonna be countering the push on the bottom lane. Black and Quickfire actually both backing off. The push also coming in the mid lane, and again Magnus being very far away from his teammates. Like he is by himself, and there's the surge up. Can vacuum back in. Here comes the lone druid from the sideline, scored around to the high ground though. Maybe there's not gonna be an entangle, but there is gonna be an attempt at an entangle if the bear can get an attack off, that is. But the blink is faster, and that is gonna be Nature's Prophet thinking about TPing in, but not gonna be doing it anymore. Especially not since Nature's Prophet himself is very low and has to actually get himself away because ZXC came in with a couple of rockets in the marching machines. So that's gonna be lucky. Magnus able to get himself away. Magnus able to get himself into safety. I have to say though, it was very on the edge. He is actually going for a refresher right now. And then smoke up once again. We do still see Tinker skirmishing with Quickfire, or at least Quickfire still hanging around. I'm not sure what he thinks he can do here, because the difference in HP is definitely noticeable. But he's gonna TP himself into safety right now, so that will be that. In the meantime, the smoke gank is gonna go towards the Dire jungle. They just walked past the sentry ward though. And they're not, and we see the minimap, they're not gonna be able to find anybody. Sentry ward being placed, or observer ward being placed next to a sentry. And it just came on. And then they just realized, oh, you know what, there's people around here. And they are going to be able to pick up the tower.
Top tower is under attack.
The 1 tower difference was it only, by the way, but still. It's going to be too soon. Unless Mousesports can defend this from the illusions. Make more illusions from the illusions. And Lone Druid actually coming in from the side, but he knows that he's being spotted. Only now is the central ward, observer ward being gone. And everybody from Power Rangers backs themselves off and support Moonlight, as Moonlight actually got 5.2k gold. Fumes. Yep. Sheepstick already up on ZXC also. He's got himself the Ghost Scepter next. Should just stay alive against any harassment that comes in from the Lone Druid. I mean, it's split push against split push. But if you have a Tinker and the Nature's Prophet, Tinker, after getting his boots of travel, is gonna be the one that can do it better, because then March of the Machines cleans out the treants. The rockets hurt more than anything else. Like, Koifa can't really do anything apart from just right click, which at some point will be bigger, but Tinker wins it from the Nature's Prophet late game purely because of his the way he works. If you can just constantly get a hex up on the Nature's Prophet, you know, what can he do? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. And it's gonna be a Vlad's for Cat by the looks of it. Supporting his carry with that, of course. Lanique. Is he gonna go? He already has his 4 staff, of course. And it's gonna be Butterfly that's gonna be next for Moonlight.
One horn will do the damage of 2.
I'm actually... I'm thinking if I did the calculations right. Like, if Mouseport lose this, and they win tomorrow... Will they still have a chance to go to Kiev, I'm thinking. That is the question. $1,900 gold up on black. Got his MKB ready. Got his MKB ready. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, push is gonna go on. Both teams are like, this is not a very kill-heavy game. It's only 19 kills in 37 minutes, and I think that's actually working against Mousesports right now. And they have tried. We have seen them try, but that one place word from ZXC that was around here is actually saved. Not only saved a lot for the Tinker, but it saved a lot for the game as well. Like, made sure that the Tinker got himself that start already. Made sure that the Tinker got himself the boots of travel faster, and therefore getting more control in the game faster, and therefore Mousesports not being able to get their control of the game, which they would have expected to have in the mid game. And we are already transitioning into late game very soon, and we can see that only by also by the Phantom Lancer, who's gonna be having his Butterfly ready already, and also already still has 2.1k gold, so already has buyback as well. So I feel like he's ready to fight. I feel like Power Rangers could try to fight. So far they've only fought if Mousesports forced them to, and for the Roshan of course as well. But yeah, but there is of course already an MKB up on the bear, so that helps. But the bear is the only one that has that. Past us to be careful here. The tower already went down. No real defense for that. I like the army from Pasto. I mean, apart from that they're very low in HP, they're very nice against the heroes that Power Rangers has. Just that ensnare, creating so much control for him. Tinker coming in, disruption. Gonna be trying to push the lane back out with the illusions that they can create from their own illusion. Look at this. Phantom Lancer illusions fighting Phantom Lancer illusions. Which illusions are gonna be victorious? The Phantom Lancer illusions. Ah! Boom! Pun intended. Oh well. Fortification goes off, but the illusions still doing their job. March the Machines continuously going through. Whereas the Magnus looking for an opening for this RP. And the vision being created by the illusions helping out a lot. Now there's not going to be any more illusions from the own Phantom Lancer. And this is only illusions from the Darkseer again. And they could be trying to create their own illusion army unless there's going to be Mantis illusion. Holy crap, how many times can you say illusions in a row? Illusion, 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 illusion. Okay, quite a lot. But yeah. In the meantime, Black is farming bottom still. He can do that. Mordor. That's what the Magnus says. With all this finding going on. Tower slowly but steadily though, getting picked off. But they're gonna be losing their tier 2 tower for that. Fortification goes off. The TPs are gonna come in. There's gonna be the Ogre Mecha that's gonna be coming in first. There's gonna be a Hex. Here comes ZXC. And there's gonna be Multicast helping out. Is there gonna be another Hex? Yes, there is. In the meantime, the bear still picks up the Ogre Magi, but the bear is dead. Can be resummoned though. There's gonna be another Hex. If there's gonna be someone else helping out, Koikfa actually coming in with the silence. The Shadow Blade is there. Can it be enough? It actually is not, because the Bash and the Entangle were there. And that's a double kill for Black, just walking up his high ground, walking up his alley, I should say. And there's gonna be almost a Mjolnir ready. Tinker buys back though. Finds Koikfa. Marks the machine stepping out. Kinetic field locking him in. Static storm as well. And that's gonna be Koikfa going down. They don't get the lone druid, but at least they get the next best thing. Black gonna be able to TP himself out. The blink or the hex is not in time. The blink was in time. The hex wasn't. Didn't really see him in time. In the meantime, another army coming up the middle lane. I mean, the rest of Mousesports can't really leave their base because they constantly have to deal with that army coming in. Talking about illusion armies, this is the one that Shadow Demon created. I like it. Watch the machines trying to pick them up though. Will be successful, most of the time. Only leaving one. If this one is lucky though, no, he's not. Okay. More illusions out of illusions. Okay, this is ZXC just trying to continue to have the control. We have disconnected a pause. In the meantime, we have also got a Roshan being attempted here by Power Rangers. I don't think there's anything Mousesports can do because they would be walking right into an RP. I don't want to hear the sound of the teleport, so I'm just roaming around here. This teleport is really loud. We still hear it here. Oh, we hear it here, of course, because it's TP to that. Okay, I wanted to hear Fountain. Have the calming music of a waterfall in the background while we take a moment for ourselves. Breathe in, breathe out. There, done. So Roshan's going to be taken down by Power Rangers. I don't think there's going to be anything that Mousesports can do. I already said that, I know, but I say it again because it's cool. And I am wondering what he's going to get next. He can pick up boosted travel to just continue going for the split push and then win like that at some point. Yeah, I think the boots of travel would be best, and then he still got to keep his Midas and everything like that, and his buyback money also. And of course, when the 6 minutes are over, maybe then he's gonna be able to buy something else. The cheese gets left behind. Someone sell the cheese, and that's gonna be boots of travel coming his way. Thank you, cheese. Cheese? Cheese? Your refresher. 2.6k gold. Cheese. Aha! Aha! Nanique thinks. Cheese! I like cheese. I love cheese. Yes, cheese. Yes, cheese. He's of course gonna be able to give that to the Phantom Lancer should he come close to dying. Which is the question. If that actually is going to happen at some point in this game, because he is stacked. He is stacked. Super stacked. And Power Rangers looking very strong for this. Mousesports, they're turtling in, and they have a good lineup for turtling. Don't get me wrong, with the bear, etc. of Nature's Prophet, and the Dark Sphere, of course, also a great turtle hero. Not only with the Iron Shells, but also with the Dark Sphere roll. Should someone come up the high ground? But are they going to be able to turtle enough for this Phantom Lancer? I mean, the disruption will definitely help a lot with those illusions. We've seen it before. But look at this. This is just illusions. There's no hero involved. And it's taking Mousesports 20 seconds to take him down. 10, 15 seconds. And the tower is down to half HP. That's it. Be seeing 4,500 gold up on the Phantom Lancer. He's glowy. Oh, let's go. Of course, got the blood. Oh, look, he's finally level 9. He finally skilled his bloodlust. Oh, that poor guy. I mean, look at the levels. He's level 9, highest level 23. It's Black that's highest level though. But now indeed having his Maelstrom. Assault Grass is gonna be next. Shiva's Guard trying to help out. Phantom Lancer illusions from the disruption being already nullified. In the meantime, it is Koifa that's still farming a bit, and it is a Tinker that's still trying to push out the lanes continuously. So this is just a slow siege, and slow but steady because the tower is almost down. And we do have a side device map of Koifa, so maybe with that Mousesports is going to try to fight, because when they actually gonna go for a big fight, they can't really afford to fight in their base, because their tower will drop during that fight. And that's gonna be the tower going down. Slowly but steadily. A lot of illusions from the Shadow Demon though. And they're gonna get sent out. But there's no creeps to take it to create more. Or now there is. Attack creeps. No. Too late. Oh, empower on the Phantom Lancer. This is the real one. He wants to go in. They're gonna go for black. Here comes a Skewer back. It's only for the bear though, and he has a Ghost Scepter on the bear. It is gonna be the bear that's still gonna be alive. Gonna be turned into a Pictet though in the meantime. It's just control that these two teams are trying to get, and just go fight for the barracks instead. Afterwards, fortification goes off. Quakefire already used, or not yet used attack, so at least it's off cooldown again. Another disruption to create more illusions, but the barracks still go down. Mouseport still not really wanting to fight this by the looks of it. They're just hanging around in the back. And they just watch while Power Ranger are taking their barracks, and the bear comes in, vacuum into Dark Sea Wall. This could be what Mousesports needed, but the bear still goes down. Disruptor still gets put to the ground by Mousesports. And the RP still hits for the Magnus. He gets turned into a Pictet before he can use it again. He did use his refresher already, but around him everybody already dies. He's gonna go for pass instead. Shockwave gonna be helping killing him off, but the Magnus is actually the one to die. Nature's Prophet doing that job. Quakefa just bashing stuff from the sideline. Now Moonlight, he is gonna be able to get a double kill there. Gets an ultra kill as well. He's gonna go for a Rampage. Wants to go for Alex. There's the Diffusal Blade trying to help out, but he turns around. Gemma on the floor. Doesn't matter. Rampage is there, and Moonlight, he still is alive. And there goes the Aegis. He is back here in just a moment. Buybacks upon buybacks with Mousesports. They can't defend this. This Phantom Lancer is just cleaning out everything. Their heroes are all gone. The buybacks have happened. Black bot back is alive again, but what can he do right now? We have got Quakefa buying back. It's gonna be trying to get the pressure up again on the bottom lane, trying to force Power Rangers to perhaps go somewhere else, but he actually TP'd into the forest to farm instead, because he saw the TPing coming from ZXC. We're gonna be having the buyback for the Tinker that was used. That was actually for Power Rangers, so that's you know, good. But yeah, that's gonna be him. I mean, he won the fight, so he's not really complaining, and he can be farming his buyback money real fast again. And of course the Shadow Demon bought back as well, and he died again, so that's gonna be, that was the Rampage. He was the creator of the Rampage illusions. Are gonna be made from Phantom Lancer illusions. Phantom Lancer illusions who are gonna be going down. But once the wreck's still completely gone, and the team fight was so messy. Mousesports just waited for such a long time. I mean, I don't blame them. You kind of can't really go in when you know that there's an RP up on the board. There is an RP again still, by the way, as the last RP wasn't used before the Magnus went down. When he went for his refresher, he refreshed and then got turned into a Pictet straight afterward. Glimpsed back into the illusion army, but he is still in his surge, so he can still get himself away out of the kinetic field and aesthetic storm. And he can not defend his tower. However, there's no fortification. Tower goes down. Moonlight's gonna be sending all his illusions and himself up on the barracks next. And I don't think they realize the real one is here actually, but the barracks still go down. The next barracks are gonna be next. It is gonna be Mousesports that's gonna lose another set of racks. Everybody of Power Rangers is here, and they're gonna try to fight us again. It is gonna be Darkseer that's already trying to get himself away. Nice Darkseer roll though, but it doesn't really matter. The RP was already used. It is gonna be the Shadow Demon that already went down. There goes the Magnus still, caught in a lot of trouble, but we'll be able to pick up Quakefa. And it is gonna be the only one left alive. It is Pass, and of course a buyback from Fada as well, but he can't do anything anymore. The GG well played goes out. And it's gonna be Power Rangers that get themselves another 3 points on the board. They are on the roll. We're gonna see them one more game later today for them as well. And we're gonna see if they are indeed can keep themselves out of the Pro Series, because that's basically their goal. If they keep on winning, they won't be dropped down to Pro Series. They have to keep on winning though. I don't think Mousesports is going to be able to go to Kiev anymore. I think with this Virtus Pro is going to be going, but I will be checking with the admins if there is still a chance that Mousesports goes. Because if they win tomorrow, they might be still in. But tomorrow is going to be up against Virtus Pro. It kind of all depends on how the rules are exactly, so I will check that out in a moment. Anyways, if you want to support me, please feel free to check out my website, SheeverGaming.com, where you see all the matches of today and tomorrow. Not just for me, but for everybody, for the whole scene of Dota 2. And also all the VODs of everybody. So the VOD bank of all the matches. Anyways, let's jump ourselves into the next game. that is gonna happen for StarLadder Star Series. It will be a game between Absolute Legends and 3D Max, so stick around for that, and we shall be returning within a moment's time, and I will be checking out if Mousesports indeed still has a chance or not. We'll find out in just a moment. Stick around.